The next scene shows Man-gi preparing breakfast for his wife, So-hee, in the kitchen. They recently got married and are deeply in love. So-hee has joyfully adapted to her life as a newlywed and is often pampered. Since Man-gi is sweet, good-looking, and hard-working, So-hee believes that she is the luckiest lady in the world. One morning, So-hee is awakened by Man-gi and the two of them share breakfast. Just then, Man-gi mentions that he won't be home for dinner at night. Jokingly, So-hee asks if he's really working extra hours or if he's lying, to which Man-gi simply replies that he loves her a lot. Later that evening, So-hee visits her friends during a school reunion. Yang-sun, an aspiring actress and one of So-hee's pals, inquires about her husband. When Yang-sun hears So-hee describe her spouse as being attractive, intelligent, and a workaholic, she becomes envious and boasts about how talented a photographer her boyfriend is. As they converse, Yang-sun asks about Se-ra, one of their former classmates who's rumored to have murdered her husband for having an extramarital affair. After dinner, So-hee arrives home late and finds Man-gi asleep. She notices some marks on his hand, and just then, someone calls him. Trying to figure out the identity of the caller, So-hee goes through her husband's phone and reads several messages. One of the messages mentions that she's excited to meet Man-gi on Friday. Expectedly, this concerns So-hee, and she starts assuming that her husband is having an affair. The next morning, So-hee asks Man-gi to join her at a husband-wife event on Friday, but he refuses, stating that he has other work. Horrified by the idea of her husband's potential affair taking place under her nose, So-hee hires a private investigator, Dr. Zhang. She wants him to follow her husband and find out if he's cheating on her. In the next scene, Dr. Zhang gets to work and covertly follows Man-gi everywhere. Later, he meets So-hee and informs her about his findings. He mentions that not only is Man-gi cheating on her, but he has some really strange habits. Man-gi spends his time at nightclubs, gyms, and golf courses. He picks up several women daily and gets involved with them. He also drinks an astonishing amount of wine in the morning. Even worse, he's been married 3 times before, and all of his previous wives are either missing or deceased. The most unsettling habit is that he sneakily consumes gallons of gasoline at the gas stations. Hearing all this, So-hee becomes devastated and she leaves the place crying. Later that evening, So-hee makes an effort to stab Man-gi with a knife while he's sleeping, but she hesitates. As a result, she goes to see her butcher buddy, Se-ra. So-hee tells Se-ra that she wants to kill her spouse after being discouraged by his betrayal. Se-ra, who has experienced 4 failed marriages and is rumored to have murdered one husband, reveals that even though she didn't kill her husband, she believes he deserved to perish. She also adds that all males are the same. The following day, So-hee visits Dr. Zhang again, who comes to the conclusion that Man-gi must be a member of an alien race known as the Unbreakables, that is covertly residing on Earth alongside humans. He also assumes that the aliens disguise themselves as humans and marry other humans in order to appear normal. When So-hee doesn't believe in the theories, Dr. Zhang takes her to the gas station. There, she witnesses Man-gi sipping some gasoline and gets taken aback. In order to discover the aliens who are gathering human DNA and spreading viruses among humans, a secret government meeting is held at XCOM in the presence of space scientists, astrophysicists, the government, and the police. They intend to apprehend the alien leader, Man-gi, in order to stop the annihilation of humans. In the next scene, a terrified So-hee goes back home and gets water to drink from the refrigerator. Unfortunately, Man-gi has already poisoned the water, and So-hee soon collapses to the floor. A while later, Man-gi shows up and becomes happy to see her unconscious. He immediately texts some of her friends to make sure nothing is suspicious. In the next scene, the duo is at the hospital, and the doctor declares that So-hee is dead. All of her high school friends are also there, and Man-gi pretends to be devastated and starts crying. Just then, So-hee regains consciousness and throws up the blue liquid poison that she had ingested earlier. Man-gi, clearly upset that his mission has failed, changes his facial expression and pretends to be excited. Later, Man-gi goes to a drugstore and buys another poison to murder So-hee because the first one failed to do so. Since the police have been watching Man-gi, they secretly take images of him outside the pharmacy. Later, Man-gi meets with his alien pals to discuss his plans to kill So-hee that evening and requests their help in concealing her body. Here, we get to know that it's also Man-gi's birthday today. On the other hand, So-hee seeks assistance from Se-ra and takes her to Dr. Zhang after being released from the hospital. The three of them plan to use high-voltage electricity to kill Man-gi. Dr. Zhang also has a backup plan in case this one doesn't work, which involves using the antidote he's developed but hasn't yet been tested or approved. A while later, the trio arrives at So-hee's house and immediately gets to work. Dr. Zhang installs a high-voltage line in the bathtub and shows them the remote, which looks like an ordinary lighter. Just then, the doorbell rings, and believing that Man-gi has arrived, Se-ra and Dr. Zhang hide in the bathroom. Surprisingly, Yang-soon is at the door with a gun, searching for her boyfriend Broccoli, who happens to be Dr. Zhang. As Yang-soon searches So-hee's home, she discovers the bathroom door locked from the inside and assumes her boyfriend is responsible. She kicks the door open, but when she notices Se-ra, she becomes terrified and exits the restroom. Meanwhile, Dr. Zhang is hiding in the bathtub behind the curtain. In the living room, Yang-soon tells So-hee that she now believes Dr. Zhang is cheating on her. In order to calm herself, Yang-soon decides to have a smoke. Since she doesn't have a lighter on her, she grabs the remote control from the bathroom. When she presses its button, Dr. Zhang receives a high-voltage electric shock. The three girls rush to the restroom in a fit of fright and discover Dr. Zhang dead. So-hee holds Yang-soon accountable for Dr. Zhang's passing since she was the one who pressed the button. However, she also comforts her, promising to keep the truth a secret if she aids them. Meanwhile, Man-gi gets home just as the girls are hiding the body in his closet. As soon as he gets there, So-hee asks him to take a shower first before celebrating his birthday. Later, as Man-gi is in the bathtub, engrossed in music, So-hee presses the button. Man-gi receives an electric shock, but he's not even hurt. When the girls open the door and see him alive, they are shocked. Still, they pretend that it was a surprise and wish him a happy birthday. As they celebrate the birthday, So-hee asks Man-gi to sip some wine, which she has poisoned. All of a sudden, the smart detection speaker alerts that something is in the closet. Puzzled, Man-gi heads to his room with the girls following him closely. As soon as he opens the door, he discovers the detective, who's revealed to be alive. Man-gi assumes that Dr. Zhang is a thief and knocks him unconscious with a blow to the head. Thinking that the doctor is finally dead, So-hee asks Man-gi to bury the body so that he won't be arrested for murder. Just then, Man-gi's alien friends show up at their door as they had planned earlier. But because things didn't work out as they had hoped, they claim that they're there to celebrate the birthday. Man-gi invites them inside for drinks and heads out with the girls to bury Zhang. As Man-gi finishes digging the hole, So-hee knocks him with the shovel and the three girls bury him along with Detective Zhang's body. Thinking Man-gi is finally gone, they become relieved. But just then, his head pops up through the hole. Seeing this, the girls become terrified and get into their car to escape. Unfortunately, Man-gi emerges from the hole and starts chasing after them. Surprisingly, he can run faster than the car and is able to catch them in no time. However, the commotion causes the car to crash, and Man-gi plummets down a cliff. The girls quickly come out and start inspecting the place. When they can't find Man-gi's body, they become relieved and go back to So-hee's home. In the next scene, when the trio arrives at the house, they are horrified to see Man-gi's buddies dead in the living room after consuming the poisonous wine they had placed there. Wasting no time, they load the bodies in their car and plan to dispose of them. However, some police officers stop them en route and discover they're driving while intoxicated. When asked about the dead men, the girls respond that they are their husbands, who have passed out after a night of heavy drinking. As a result, the girls are apprehended and taken to the local police station. Later, Dr. Zhang is brought to the station, who the police have mistaken for a homeless man. Surprisingly, Dr. Zhang has lost his memory because of the electric shock. The girls also pretend not to know him, since they don't want to get into any more trouble. Elsewhere, as Man-gi climbs the cliff, he discovers a container of gasoline. As soon as he drinks it, all of his wounds heal and he gains back his health. After this, he goes to the same police station where he runs into So-hee and her pals. At Man-gi's request, the police let the girls go and ask them to drop Zhang off at a nearby police station. Inside the car, Man-gi acts as if he doesn't recall anything, and the girls become relieved. However, after a while, he asserts that he remembers everything and now he wants to kill So-hee and her companions. Terrified, Se-ra pulls her knife out and strikes him in the head. Sadly, the chaos causes the vehicle to plunge down another cliff. Fortunately, So-hee, Se-ra, and Yang-soon are still alive. They assist one another in exiting the wrecked car and leaving the scene of the accident. Man-gi awakens as well, and with the knife still lodged in his head, he exits the vehicle. Meanwhile, the three girls go to a factory to hide, but Man-gi hunts them down. As he's about to kill his wife, a large number of alien officers arrive there, and a fight breaks out between the two parties. As expected, Man-gi uses his supernatural powers to wipe the floor with the officers. Meanwhile, Dr. Zhang approaches So-hee and hands her the antidote that he had created. She immediately sticks the injection into Man-gi's back, and surprisingly, it works. Man-gi freezes for a while and finally dies. 1 year later, So-hee, Se-ra, and Yang-soon are hanging out when Dr. Zhang arrives with flowers for his girlfriend, Yang-soon. The movie ends as So-hee goes to a gas station and picks up a gasoline pipe as if she intends to drink it. That was all from the video. I hope you liked it. Subscribe for more content like this and hit the like button to help us out. Also, leave a comment if you want us to recap your favorite movie. Until next time, take care.